everybody. Welcome back to STEM with Chantel. Today we're going to do handwriting analysis. But now we're ready to get into our next section where I'm going to show you two pieces of writing that I analyzed. So here's my coworker Jennifer's handwriting. Now she wrote a different message from you guys because she wrote this months ago when we were doing a different program. But now I'm going to read to you my analysis that I had for her. One thing I noticed, and I want you to look and see if you notice it. There's one thing I noticed that she does a lot of that I hadn't seen other people do. I'm going to give you just a few seconds to see if you notice it. She capitalizes all of her E's. Everyone is a capital E. So the next thing I noticed about Jennifer, if you look, she makes her I dots directly above the stem. She does long crosses across her T's. She makes a large loop for her D's, and then her G's are like an inflated loop. So from there, her first trait that I analyzed is that she's very adaptable. She has curved form and garlands, even pressure, moderated speed in her writing, so she's definitely very adaptable, and that's true. I've worked with her. Next, the next trait that I noticed is she has the characteristic of curiosity, and I got this from seeing her high-placed I dots and T-bars, letters of middle zone point at the top. Then next, her next characteristic is firmness, and I see this from her angles, regular script and strong T-bars. Her next feature she has is imagination, and I get this from the traits of high-placed I dots and T-bars, emphasis on the upper zone. She also has the feature of lucidity, which is a trait of good organization of spacing and simplification in her writing. She also has the feature of maturity, with good distribution of spaces, simplification, originality, and naturalness in her writing. Now, for the last feature, she has the feature of spirituality. Her handwriting shows sharpness, exaggerated extensions in the upper zone, and light pressure. So from forms of connection, she definitely has the arcade form. If you look at her M's, a lot of her M's and N's look like arches with rounded tops. So, two things about her. She shows repression and isolation. And that's just me looking at the layout and shape and slant and continuity of her handwriting. Also her signature. Lastly, she shows sublimation. Same thing, I just look at the layout, size, shape, speed, duration, pressure. Okay, next I looked at the size of her handwriting. So her handwriting is small, and then you know the pros and cons from the previous video. So definitely one positive about her from this is her sense of reality, and then a negative could be her inhibition. Next, I look at the width of her writing. So a positive, she shows openness, interest in the outside world, but a negative is she can be impatient. Next, I looked at word spacing. Positive is she shows mental clarity and an overview, but a negative goes back to like we were saying about inhibition. She can have emotional inhibition. All right, almost finished with my first analysis. So her writing had light pressure. So a positive is she shows calmness. A negative is she can be a follower rather than a leader. And then last one, I wanted to look at the slant. She has vertical, not too far to the right, not too far to the left. So positive is that shows discipline. Negative is it can be difficult to connect with others at times. So let me move this out the way just so you can see her writing one last time. So I showed this analysis to Jennifer and she was like, wow, how'd you get that? She was like, you're right. The one that surprised me was about her being a follower rather than a leader. But she admitted, she likes to be a leader, but in the role that she plays on her job, she does seem to be more of a follower. And it's just the position that she has. But naturally in life, she did feel like she was a leader. Thank you for tuning in to Handwriting Analysis. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and share. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.